We're going to move on to the last couple of sayings, which are in the first 18 sayings. Now, if you look at the original Thomas Code or you look at the original manuscript, it looks like you work through these things one at a time. When you put them into themed order, suddenly you find that you have the same amount of sayings, but you have much fewer themes. So these last two, which in the evolution book would have been 113 and 114. Now, the theme of these two sayings is both the unified nature of Jesus, but also the nature of the global consciousness, which is what he became. That's the level that he attained. So that's the theme that is running through there. You have the physical man and you have the consciousness, which he unified with. So let's read these out and then we'll proceed from there. 113. Blessed is the lion which a person will eat, and the lion becomes the person, and cursed is the person who the lion will eat, and the lion becomes the person. 114. When you see the one who was not born of woman, throw yourselves down upon your face and worship them, for it is your Father. Now, many people have tried to interpret the lion, and there are many avenues that people have gone down to try and explain it. The simplest way to understand this is that Jesus was known as the Lion of Judea. When we look at the sayings within that scope, then we are looking at the consciousness that Jesus is conveying through this message, through the sayings, into the person. The lion who eats the person. That's what we're looking at. We're back to this eternal change and continuity. So the person of potential, the person who is on this path, who becomes consumed by the message from the lion eats the person. It devours the familiar self. It changes thoughts and habits and patterns and facts and beliefs. When the sayings go in, the lion is eating the person. They are being consumed. The curse is if that process begins and the person then decides, no, this isn't for me, I'm going to go off and do other things. That process has already started. The living spirit has been awakened. The trigger codes have already started that internal change. And the curse which is given is this life of discomfort, of being on the edge of possibility and then dropping it and going off to do something else. Once this awakening process starts, if you are a person of potential, it's probably a really, really good idea to continue down this path and see where it takes you. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's disturbing. Yes, it's troubling. But on the other side of that, you get these amazing revelations of what you are and how you're immersed in these different levels of consciousness. It's a fascinating thing to be part of. 114. When you see the one who is not born of woman, your living spirit is not born of woman. Global consciousness is not either. And the living consciousness which we are immersed in, it is asking us to go into that state where we start to interact with consciousness on a far deeper level than we ever imagined. And it says, that is your Father. Father here is the living consciousness. You get to that place through peeling off the layers that your upbringing has stuck onto you. As you peel those off, as you start to think about yourself in a completely different way, as you work with meditation, as the fasting happens, the solitude takes you into that place of consciousness, and you realize, I was here before I came into a physical body. I am part of something else. I am part of a state of consciousness. And that was around way before this physical form was created to host it. What an extraordinary understanding that is. So we'll leave the first 18. We will definitely be back because it links into all the other sayings and all the other 18s. And I'll do my best to create those links. If you have the book, go back through the sayings. And you've got the 5 tools of change now. And you'll begin to see the sayings in terms of fire, sword, war, division, and solitude. Division and solitude are important when you are studying, because you will see that there are individual lines that you can dissect. You can pull these things to pieces and look at them in sections, and you'll get more and more and more understanding. And it's your understanding which is important. I can lay them out in front of you, but if you begin to write them down, if you begin to write the sayings out in your words, then you get a far deeper understanding. And it may well be that you suddenly have a revelation that I haven't written about and I haven't spoken about because it's come to you. It's come through your living spirit to you. And it's for you then to share that and reveal that with others. What an extraordinary process that we are on together. It's all about continuity. It's about passing this consciousness between people and spreading it out. So we'll bring the end of the first 18 to a close, and shortly we'll begin on the second 18. I'll see you there.